Hello and welcome to a new part of this course where we will learn how to become a freelancer. So now you know how to build websites, and now what? We will cover how you should know your skills and how important that is, know how much you cost for a client, and how to create a plan for your career. The first thing you should do is to identify if you are a basic developer and what can you create as a freelancer at this moment. So if you are a basic developer, you have to know HTML, Bootstrap, or how to edit templates. You should also know how to build personal or company profile sites using HTML, Bootstrap, or templates. In the next lectures, we will cover how you can create really quick sites for clients, but we will focus more on portfolio sites and company profile sites since they are very quick to implement and to create, because the goal here is to make, as a freelancer, as much money as possible, okay? Now, there's also other part as a developer freelancer, which is you can be an advanced developer where you can create database-driven websites with PHP, MySQL, Ruby on Rails, Node.js, and also a lot of clients nowadays ask freelancers to create CMS projects using WordPress, or PHP framework, Laravel is very famous, or other frameworks. Now, as I told you before, in this course we will cover only front-end development, which is HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and also we will cover Bootstrap. With these languages, you will be able to create very cool sites for your clients. So this is what we will focus on: fast and quick projects that you can deliver in 1 or 2 days to your clients, okay? So let's proceed. And if you know only the basics, where can you improve your skills as a developer? Well, I would suggest obviously Udemy, which is the biggest online school right now, and you have thousands of courses covering advanced programming languages and WordPress frameworks, okay? You can also use other online schools, but I would suggest using Udemy. You can also invest on bootcamps, which are more expensive, a lot more expensive, and also they take a long time to complete, okay? You can use Block, App Academy, and Hack Reactor, as I think they are the best bootcamps out there, okay? You can suggest other bootcamps in the comment section, so I'm gonna leave that to you guys. And this is all for now. See you in the next lecture. So now let's learn how much you cost to clients. Now, your cost depends obviously on your resume, experience, and your reputation as a developer. It also depends on the skills you have right now. So it's very important to know and to show how many projects and work do you have that you can show to your clients. And it's very important to show that work on your profile website that you should create so clients can check the quality of your work. If you don't have any work at all, make sure you start creating your own projects, your own websites, even if they are not for clients. In order to create experience, you need to create projects, websites, and show a lot of work that you've done. So how much should you charge for a project or website for a client? So there is a full package project with delivery date. This is our plan with no fixed delivery date. So this means that you can either choose to present to your client a full package project where you give him a delivery date of the project that he wants. So you basically have to calculate when do you have that done, or how much time you're going to spend to create that project or website for your client, and give him a fixed delivery date. Okay, delivery dates are very important, and make sure you choose a delivery date that you will for certain give him that project or work done. Our plan means that you will have an hour rate, let's say $20, $30, or $40 per hour of your work. It depends on your reputation and your experience as a developer. So if you don't have any experience at all, your hour rate will be very low at first, and you will not have any fixed delivery date. If you see that the project, it's very complex and you don't know how much time you're going to spend doing it or completing, you can choose this for your clients, and basically you will present him an hour plan. Each week or each day, you will show him what you've done and how many hours are still left to complete the project. Okay, so there's no fixed delivery date in this case. So what we have here is a fixed price for the whole project or an hour plan rate. Okay, there's also another way freelancers are working nowadays, which is create a contract with your client Let's say your client wants several projects for a few months or a full year. You can propose to them a fixed salary within a contract for a year or 6 months or whatever. Okay, so what means is that they will give you a salary per month, and you will create as many projects as they want. Okay, I will not suggest doing this in the beginning, because if you do this, they can basically throw you 200 projects to be completed in 6 months, which is mind-blowing. Okay, make sure you start with either presenting a full package project with delivery date or an hour plan to your clients. So how to increase your price for clients? Delivery time and quality of the work is very, very important. It's the most important thing. Updates to your client through Skype calls or phone calls, it's also very important. Communication is the key with your client, okay? Now, make sure you also show him you have experience. You will also build a reputation throughout the years or months, and also make sure you have some branding of yourself as a freelancer. We'll get into this later on in this course, but make sure you are a good professional and make sure you market yourself as a good freelancer. Okay guys, see you guys later in the next lecture. We'll learn a lot more. Now let's create a plan for your freelancer career. This is also very important and something you need to do when you're starting your freelancer career. So creating a plan in order to control your progress as a freelancer and to organize your career is very important. One of the most important things is to build your freelancer profile brand. Okay, this is creating the awareness of your skills as a freelancer and to show yourself as a professional freelancer on your social channels like Facebook, like YouTube, LinkedIn. Create a profile site is also mandatory. And your LinkedIn profile will probably need to be updated, and we'll get to that just in a moment. So it's time to get to work and learn more languages as soon as you can. Improve your skills by building projects, as I told you before, in order to create a cool profile site where you can share your work and experience to show to clients, okay? So clients will be more impressed with your skills and your projects. Now, there's also something you can do, which is build a list of possible first clients. Obviously, your first clients will not ask you for a complex project or work. So you can ask your friends that have the possibility to pay you, and family, or also cool neighbors. So there's many ways you can start building your career with people that you already know. Your first project should be really cheap. Remember that. I mean, you can't go straight away to your friends or family and ask them for $1,000 for a website. Okay, that's not going to happen unless you have some rich friends. So the next thing that you need to know is that you need to keep improving your brand, your profile site, your LinkedIn, your YouTube channel. If you have one, you can get a lot of work through YouTube, okay, or other social channels. Now you can go for the big clients after you have some experience and some work done. You have to offer your services in the right place in order to get the big clients, and I'll get to that just in a moment. So for now, this is all. See you in the next lecture. So now you need to put yourself on the map as a freelancer and know what makes you different. We're going to cover that. Create a good LinkedIn profile, which is probably one of the most important things that you should do. Create a portfolio site, also very, very important. And build your brand, okay? So what makes you different? You make sure you be presentable, professional, and nice, okay? After creating a good portfolio site with your work, you now show yourself creating a presentation video, talking to the camera. This is, I suggest for you to do this. It's very important, and it will create trust among future clients or possible clients that visit your page. A good presentation video with you talking to the camera about your skills and about a little bit about yourself as a person will create a lot of trust, and you'll get a lot of work if you create this. It's not mandatory. Obviously, a lot of you don't want to create a video talking to the camera because you are a little bit shy or something, but I would suggest for you to do this if you really want to get some work. This will later be posted on your profile site or a YouTube channel or your Facebook account. So the next thing is talk about your work, yourself, and skills. Okay, so as I told you, If you create a video, you can or you should talk about your work, talk about yourself, your hobbies, and how you are as a person, and your freelancer skills. So next, we need to make sure you point out on video or text and your website and your profile website as a freelancer how much you respect professionalism. This is very important. You should give examples on how not to behave, how you hate failing calls with clients, how you hate failing meetings, and how you hate to not to give the work in a delivery date. So this is very important to mention. So the clients create some trust with you. You should mention past works and how other clients love your work. Okay, so how to create a good relation with your clients and make them really trust you. You should make video Skype calls. I mentioned this before. Don't be afraid, because clients really love that. Clients will be nice to you if you are nice to them, and you create a bond and a relation that it could work not only for one job, but if the client likes you and have more work for you, or they know another person who have more work, they will mention you, okay? And you'll get a lot of work from mouth-to-mouth clients. So finally, be nice to, but most of all, be professional, okay? It's the most important thing. So this is all. See you guys later in the next lecture. How to create a good portfolio on LinkedIn. Very, very important stuff. Create a new freelancer portfolio on LinkedIn, or you can update your existing one. Okay, if you have a LinkedIn already, but you're working on a company or with something that has nothing to do with freelancing or development, you can either update your current profile on LinkedIn, or you can create a new one. So you'll have two, one for your professional work that you are working right now, and other for the freelancing stuff. Okay, so fill your LinkedIn page with good reviews and past work, which means experience. This is very important. If you don't have any people to create good reviews, ask your friends or family to do it. Make a good description about you as a freelancer on your LinkedIn page. Very important. Okay, how to boost your LinkedIn page? Well, there's a lot of things you can do. But most of all, make a good title and solid headline, and a quality picture with you smiling. That's very, very important for clients to see. Connect with other good freelancers through through LinkedIn is also very important. And how to get clients on LinkedIn is something that you can also do. You can increase your niche connections through LinkedIn with other top freelancers, recruiters, developers. And this will create a network through your LinkedIn page, which will help you to get a lot of clients. Your contact information is very important on your LinkedIn page. Make sure you mention your personal profile site, your social channels, your email, and maybe your phone or other things. So this is all. See you in the next lecture. How to create top quality portfolio site. So creating a top quality portfolio site is very simple and easy nowadays. Anyone can do it. You can either customize an HTML template that you can download in a template free downloading website, which there are a lot nowadays, or you can use a site builder to create your website with Wix, Squarespace, or other. You can also create your HTML website from scratch. So if you want to create a HTML template from scratch, you need good HTML, CSS knowledge, obviously. This would be more professional since you are creating from scratch as a developer your own website. Okay. Nowadays, clients don't look at that. They basically just look at the website. They don't care if you used Wix or Site Builder or you did it coding all from scratch. They don't care about it. They only care about what they see. So using site builders like Wix is very acceptable, easier, and a lot faster to create a website, or using a built-in template already. So creating the important sections, presentation video. The video that I've talked to you about is something that you can put on your first page or your welcome page of your site. Your work skills are very important. What is your knowledge? HTML, what languages do you know? HTML, CSS, JavaScript, that's very important. And a personal description about you, okay? About your personal life, what you do, what your hobbies. Now, work portfolio. Try to include as many projects that you have currently online as possible. in your resume or your section where you're going to put all your work for the clients, okay, your past work. If you don't have any online project, don't worry, you can use other free URLs or free domains to put those projects and present them to your clients. You can also create a subdomain on your personal website or your personal portfolio site and organize all your projects in there, okay? So make sure your clients, when they visit your portfolio page, they can check all your projects or past work. So create trust showing your website. Create a testimonial section is very important. You should have a section where you can show some testimonials about your work and how they loved it. So ask your family or friends again to make some reviews or testimonial about your work. Or if you already have clients, make sure they give you a review on your work, okay? Show your social channel links and email on your profile website is also very important. And for now, this is all, and see you next lecture. Building your brand and audience. You need to know your niche as much as possible so you can get familiar with everything around your work and your career. So follow top personalities on your niche and their social channels. Okay, organize yourself, create bookmarks to follow your top personalities on their Facebook pages, Twitter, their profile sites, YouTube channels, whatever. Create lists on top YouTube channels. So this is what I was talking about. Create lists of all YouTube channels, follow them, make sure you follow their blogs or top blogs about freelancing and web development, forums and Facebook groups, but be active, okay? You can go to groups, start answering questions, and people will look and thank you about helping them. And they probably ask you, what do? You create a relation with maybe some people that can ask you for work. Some things that you can also do is create as much empathy and connections as possible inside your niche. So build a proposal to partner with other freelancers. It's a very interesting thing that a lot of people are doing nowadays. You can partner with other freelancers because they probably know a lot of clients and need help, and they can get you a lot of work. So be consistent to create credibility. Make sure you are always consistent about your work, delivery dates, how you respect your clients, have a lot of top quality work. That's very important. So the next thing is create your own social communities. You can create a Facebook group of your own. So you can have followers, and you can also give support to your clients. You can also create podcasts, you can create YouTube videos and a YouTube channel, you can create webinars, okay? All of this, I would suggest doing this later on your career, maybe a few months after you start your career or after you have some work from clients. So this is all. See you in the next lecture. In this section, we will learn and get familiar with the current freelancer market. So we will cover sites where you can find work and clients, where you should hang out in order to find more clients, how to deal with contracts, proposals for the clients, templates and site builders, how you can download templates to create work for your clients, and the best site builders you can use so you can create websites without even one line of code, and tools for your projects. So first thing, sites to find work. We have the top sites nowadays are Upwork, Freelancer, Total. These are the top ones. There are a few other sites you can use, but I will recommend using Upwork first, okay? Which is the top site nowadays with millions of users and millions of clients that you can contact and get work. So the first thing you should do when registering to Upwork or other site to find work is create a top quality profile. Okay, I've mentioned this in the past. It's very, very important to have a nice picture, a good description, a good experience mentioning with reviews from clients, or mentioning what work have you done lately and what are your main skills. So you can also mention what type of jobs would you like to apply. So there's a section where you can mention that on Upwork. But since we are getting and covering in this course how to create very, very fast websites and quick work for clients so you can get as much work as possible so you can make more money, I would recommend you to apply for company profile sites or one-page profile sites, okay, using HTML, CSS, or Bootstrap. These I would suggest for you to apply using these languages. You can also increase your reputation on Upwork by giving a good client support. You should always have quality work, and also make sure your clients give you good reviews, okay, of your work. As I mentioned in the past, also in other lectures, if you don't have clients or work, make sure you create work. Even if you don't sell that work, use that work as your resume or portfolio. Make sure it's a good work, good websites, and then have your friends making reviews for it, okay, or your family members. So now, what price rate should you use on Upwork? So you have fixed price. This is hourly projects. Obviously, fixed price would include all the work, and then you would give a delivery date for it. Okay. Now, hourly projects would be throughout 2 weeks, for example, or 1 month. You will be creating several projects or one project. You would be contacting your client daily, saying what the progress of the project has been and how many hours you have worked on the project. Okay, so you would have an hourly rating price for your work. Okay, this is usually used when you don't have a certain of the delivery date for the project. So Upwork competition, it's very, very high. So the best thing you can do is to increase your profile reputation. And obviously, if you have a good reputation and a lot of reviews, good reviews on your profile on Upwork, your price rate can increase as well. Okay, so this is all for now, and see you in the next lecture. So where to hang out as a top freelancer? Make sure as a freelancer, you hang out in the top, where the top freelancers also hang out. That will bring you more connections, more clients, and more experience. Okay, Reddit and GitHub, it's are those places where you should definitely hang out, and make sure you are active. You make comments and help other people with their questions, and create good relations with others. This is one of the main things that nobody talks about. Create good relations is the best thing you should do with other top freelancers or other freelancers. It will definitely bring you more work in the future. A lot of other freelancers don't have time to finish the work their clients are asking, so they will ask you to help them, and because they have too much work in their hands. So Reddit, you have here a link that you can use to directly to start posting or commenting or create relations with other freelancers. So make sure you visit this link. And GitHub, you should open an account on GitHub. If you don't know how to use GitHub, you can obviously, we already had a section covering GitHub, so make sure you watch that to learn how to use GitHub, and make sure you put some work on your GitHub account and make connections with other freelancers or developers. So Facebook groups are also another source, another place you can be active. So you can connect with other freelancers and freelancers, with other developers and freelancers. So make sure you help others. And also, once again, create good relations with other developers or freelancers. So you have a link where you can find here front-end jobs. It's a Facebook group that you can join. And basically, daily, clients are looking for people to finish their work or to complete or to create some pages or some work they need. Looking for people to create. Looking for developers for work. There's also another link that you can use for another Facebook group. This one here. Contracts, proposals, statements of work, request for proposal and invoicing. This is a very important subject for you to create a freelance business and be more professional. So contracts versus proposals or statement of work. Contracts basically are legal documents of terms of a deal where you describe everything about the project or the work, who owes what, all the obligations have to be in this contract, because all of this should be, all the legal matters and terms should be in this document, okay, this contract. So usually the contracts are included in proposal, unless it's a contract of with a big company where a lot of terms are involved. But usually if the client is, a client just wants a very simple proposal, you don't need to create a huge contract for it. So you create a proposal or a statement of work where you basically say the price of the project, deadlines, the planning of the project, review of the project, the job description, and also how much support are you going to give to the project, or even if you finish the project, if you'll continue to give support. So all of that should be mentioned in a proposal. And in just a second, I'm going to show you later a link. Well, not a second, but in just later on, I'm going to show you a link where you can download a template for proposal. Okay. So what is a RFP for a job? Request for proposals. Clients usually ask for this, usually to get a price and delivery date. And then they will decide if they go through and choose you for their work. Okay, so just for them to get an idea of the price and delivery date, usually they make requests for proposals. So here is a request for proposal sample and this link that you can use for yourself. Okay, so also how to start working with invoicing. You can usually freelancers nowadays ask for clients to make a deposit up front. Okay, this is very common, and basically it secures and protects the job or the work. Okay, now it can be 10%, maybe some of freelancers ask for 50% in advance. I would suggest starting on 10% or 20% upfront, since you are starting right now. If you are already a top developer or a top freelancer, you can ask for a more percentage. Now, invoice sample, you can use this link for your invoices. Okay, and that's it. See you guys in the next lecture. The best template sites that you can use to download templates, and the top site builders you can use to create really quick websites without any line of code. So where can I download already built templates for your work? You can use the most famous one, which is templatemonster.com. You have thousands and thousands of templates that you can download for free. Okay, this is probably the top one website where freelancers go to download templates. You can also use freecss.com. There are a lot of other websites with free templates, thousands of them. So you can search Google for free templates download, and you'll get a lot of results. So more awesome free sites, also templated.co and startbootstrap.com with Bootstrap free templates. Okay, so let's proceed and how to create websites without coding. So you have several editors, or several, we call it site builders, that a lot of freelancers are using nowadays. Now, there's a lot of controversy because if you are a developer, you should create your own template from scratch, or code your own template, or download a template and edit the code. But freelancers nowadays are using more and more site builders. Okay, basically you can create any type of website with these drag and drop editors. And one of the most popular ones right now are Wix.com, Weebly.com, sitebuilder.com, or Squarespace.com. Okay, I would recommend you using Wix.com if you don't like to edit code. If you are more into the code and be familiar with code and becoming a real front-end developer or a web developer, full-stack web developer, you should use templates or create your own template from scratch, okay? Now, this is all for now. See you in the next lecture. The best tools for your projects. Okay, let's talk about what tools you can use for your projects, or what are the best and top tools you can use right now as a freelancer for a project and work. So the top rated tools used by top freelancers. One of the most common tools that you will hear about, and any freelancer talks about it, it's a content management system called WordPress. And you will probably already know what it is, or heard about it probably. So if you want to create big projects or even simple projects, you can use WordPress. I would recommend using WordPress if you have to create database-driven projects with a database to store clients or to store any data, and if you have also the experience and know programming languages that you can use as for these types of projects like PHP and Ruby on Rails. Okay, so if you don't have any experience with database-driven projects or MySQL, you should stick with, for now, you should stick with more simple projects with Bootstrap and HTML. Okay, so you can also watch this WordPress complete tutorial, which I think it's really cool and complete in this link. It's a free YouTube video. Okay, so the next tools I want to talk about is to store work files in the cloud. So this means you can store a backup of all your files of your projects and work on a site on the web. So you can have them as a backup, so you don't lose them. Let's say something happens to your computer and you lose your drive. So you can put these files in the cloud, and you'll be more secure. Okay, so you can use Dropbox, which is the most famous one right now, or Google Drive. I would also recommend it. Okay, so let's proceed, and also useful resources that you can use for your work. Other resources that I found it really cool that you can use: proposal creators. So as I talked before on the first lecture, I think you have these two websites or these two resources that you can use that create proposals automatically. Okay, and with a good design, very clean. Project collaboration, also applications that you can use are Basecamp, which is very famous, and also Trello.com. You can use these for big projects where you want to give an update of your work to the client, and the client gets all the information about the current state of the work. Okay, so that's it for now, guys, and see you in the next lecture.